The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger, published in 1951, is narrated by the teenage protagonist Holden Caulfield. The story follows Holden's experiences in the days after being expelled from Pensy Prep, his fourth school. Disillusioned and confused, Holden wanders through New York City, grappling with the phoniness he perceives in the adult world and struggling with the complexities of growing up. The novel is framed as Holden recounting these events from a mental institution or rest home. Plot summary: Holden is expelled from Pensy Prep for failing most of his classes. Instead of immediately going home, he decides to spend a few days in New York City before his parents learn the news. He stays at the Edmond Hotel, where he observes unsettling scenes. He tries to connect with various people, including a former classmate, prostitutes, and old acquaintances, but these encounters often leave him feeling more isolated. Holden frequently reflects on his younger sister Phoebe, whom he deeply cares for and sees as a symbol of innocence. He also mourns the death of his younger brother, Allie. He has a date with Sally Hayes, during which he impulsively suggests they run away together, but his behavior leads to an argument. Holden meets with his former English teacher, Mr. Antolini, who offers him advice. However, an uncomfortable encounter leads Holden to flee. He visits Phoebe, and she becomes upset when she learns he has been expelled again and plans to run away. She insists on going with him. Holden takes Phoebe to the Central Park Zoo, where watching her on the carousel brings him a moment of genuine happiness. He realizes he can't protect her from growing up and facing the world. The novel ends with Holden back in the rest home, reflecting on his experiences and hinting at a possible positive change. Key themes: loss of innocence. This is a central theme as Holden struggles with the transition from childhood to adulthood and the perceived corruption that comes with it. He idealizes childhood innocence and wants to protect it. His fantasy of being the catcher in the rye, saving children from falling off a cliff in a rye field, symbolizes this desire. Alienation and isolation. Holden feels like an outsider and struggles to connect genuinely with others. He frequently labels people as phony, highlighting his sense of detachment from what he sees as a superficial and hypocritical society. His isolation is both a cause and a consequence of his critical view of the world. Phoniness. Holden is highly critical of what he considers phony, inauthenticity, hypocrisy, and superficiality in the adult world. This judgment often prevents him from forming meaningful relationships and navigating social situations effectively. Identity and authenticity. Holden grapples with his own identity and struggles to be genuine in his interactions. He often adopts different personas and lies, which further contribute to his sense of alienation. Grief and loss. The death of Holden's younger brother Allie significantly impacts him throughout the novel. Allie is idealized as a symbol of innocence and intelligence, and Holden's inability to cope with this loss contributes to his emotional distress. Childhood and growing up. The novel explores the difficulties and anxieties associated with adolescence in the transition to adulthood. Holden resists the idea of growing up and facing the responsibilities and perceived insincerity of the adult world. Mental health. While not explicitly stated, Holden's narrative suggests underlying issues with depression and anxiety, culminating in his stay at a mental institution. His emotional instability and struggles to cope with his experiences are evident throughout the story. The Catcher in the Rye remains a significant work in American literature, particularly for its portrayal of teenage angst and alienation. Holden Caulfield's voice and perspective resonated with many young readers, making the novel a controversial yet influential coming-of-age story. It explores universal themes of identity, loss, and the challenges of navigating a complex world.